You'll also see problems like this where you're supposed to find certain limits from the graph. So the limit as x approaches negative infinity, you can see it's approaching that horizontal line y equals 2. The limit as x approaches positive infinity, you can see approaches the x-axis, so that's the line y equals 0. The limit as x approaches minus 1 from the right, so here's minus 1. As it's approaching it from the right, it's going to positive infinity. As it's approaching minus 1 from the left, it's going to negative infinity. So again, those vertical asymptotes can split directions. And it also has a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So here's a type of question that you're going to see that I want to warn you about, because this is the type of question that has a very different thing for the student to do if it's in WebAssign versus on a test. So to sketch the graph of a function with all these given conditions. So in WebAssign you would just choose a multiple choice graph, but on the test you're going to have to really draw a function. So you want to make sure that you do these problems on paper when you're doing your homework. So one way to do these problems is to start by drawing the asymptotes kind of as a framework for your function. So if you look at the limit as x approaches 0 of f of x is minus infinity, so that's telling you that x equals 0 is a vertical asymptote. And these two limits at infinity are 4 and minus 4, so those are telling you that you have two horizontal asymptotes. So that's your framework. You're also being given these 2 points. So the next step would be to plot those points so that you know that the graph has to go through those points. That helps you kind of guide how you bend your graph. Then notice that the limit as x goes to 0 of f of x is negative infinity, so that means that the graph goes down the y-axis on both sides, coming from both directions, because the two-sided limit's negative. And then finish the graph by skirting along the horizontal asymptotes, making sure you go through those points that you've already plotted. Make sure you don't violate the vertical line test. You need to draw a function. So with limits at infinity, all but 2 of the same limit laws still apply. And plus we have this new limit law. So the limit as x goes to infinity of 1 over x to the r, where r is a rational number greater than 0, is just 0. And the same with negative infinity if x to the r is defined.